Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your support. Today, I read an article on foxnews.com written by Joy Addison titled, "College Students Struggle as U.S. Credit Card Debt Hits a Record High." I'll include a link to the article in the description below. I encourage you to read the full article to support the author and news source. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of this article that are of public interest. According to the article, U.S. credit card debt recently hit a record $1 trillion, and research shows that 42% of college students are a large part of that number. The story goes on to indicate research shows that more than 4 in 10 college students say they are trying to pay off some type of credit card debt. This is really shocking to me. I would have never thought that so many college students would be struggling with credit card debt at such a young age. This story makes me reflect on my freshman year in college. I remember walking through campus and seeing a tent with a whole bunch of people surrounding it. I wondered what they were giving away to attract such crowds of students. I walked over and I found out they were giving away free t-shirts to whoever would fill out a credit card application. I can't remember which credit card company was giving away these t-shirts, but I thought that was quite shocking. Why would someone be incentivized to sign up for a credit card by just getting a free t-shirt? I remember a few years later talking with a student who told me he had signed up for one of those credit cards to get that free t-shirt, and unfortunately, he maxed out that credit card in short order. He told me that he was hit with a lot of late fees, the interest continued to accumulate. He was really sorry that he took on that credit card debt. Many young people lack financial literacy. Unfortunately, financial literacy isn't something that is taught in all public schools. Some parents don't teach their children financial literacy. Some parents are in terrible financial shape themselves, and so they aren't the right person to teach their children about how to be smart with money and how to use credit responsibly. It is so sad that 4 out of 10 college students are trying to pay off some type of credit card debt. If these young college students end up destroying their credit at such a young age, it will make life more difficult after graduating from college. If you don't have good credit, it makes renting an apartment once you get your first job a lot more difficult. Once you do rent an apartment or once you do rent a house, many utility companies will look at your credit history. If your credit history is tarnished, they may require a larger down payment in order to have utilities activated at your residence. If college students graduate and then try to purchase a car, they will likely be paying a higher level of interest if their credit history is tarnished. Now, not all states allow this, but in many states here in America, insurance companies can charge more for vehicle insurance premiums if someone has subpar credit. In some cases, someone's credit history is just as important as their driving record. Fortunately, not all states here in America allow this practice. I never had a credit card when I went to college. Prior to attending college, I worked at a factory for 2 years in order to save up enough money to pay for college. When I decided to go to college, I wanted to make sure that my costs were as fixed as possible. I could have potentially rented an apartment, but I decided to live in the dorms. I wanted to have a fixed cost. I didn't want to have to worry about utilities. I didn't want to have to worry about buying food. I knew if I lived in the dorm, I could have a meal plan that was a fixed cost. The utilities were included with the semester by semester dorm payment. I didn't have to budget. I knew exactly what my fixed costs were going to be. Of course, I did have to set aside a little money each semester for books and supplies. Some young people don't want to live in the dorms because they think living in an apartment or living in a single family home is a lot cooler. Yes, there are fewer rules in an apartment or a single family home when compared to the dorms. Some dorms don't even let you have a candle because they're worried about the fire risk. Unfortunately, some students who have limited financial means don't fully understand that they could be setting themselves up for financial failure by moving into an apartment or moving into a single-family home where they have to worry about paying fluctuating utility bills, where they have to worry about paying fluctuating food bills. There could be a whole host of expenses that someone may have to pay if they are renting off campus. If someone is renting a single-family home, they may have to maintain their own lawn. That costs money. You're going to have to get a lawnmower. You're going to have to pay for fuel for that lawnmower. You're going to have to get weed eater string. You might have to get 2-cycle oil for that weed eater. When I started college, I had a limited amount of money. I had to live on a fixed budget. I did not have money to be able to go out to the mall and purchase new clothes. I didn't have money to go out to the movie theater and see some new movie. If someone in the dorm had a VHS that they might have rented from Blockbuster, then I might watch that movie for free. But I had to decline invitations to be able to go out and do some fun things with some of the other college students because I had a limited amount of money. I didn't have a credit card. I could have gotten a credit card and I could have charged the clothes at the mall. I could have charged the movie at the movie theater, but I chose not to. I chose to operate with cash. I knew exactly how much cash I had. I knew exactly how long that would last me. I wanted to be able to pursue as many semesters at college that I could with the money that I had saved. This really taught me to live within my means. I never got into using credit cards because I wanted to be able to live within my means with the cash that I had worked so hard to save working at the factory. In my opinion, financial literacy should be taught at more high schools around the United States of America. I believe parents should also work hard to educate their children regarding financial literacy. If parents are not in a good position to teach their children, perhaps parents could recommend a friend of the family that could provide some insight regarding how to manage money effectively before someone goes off to college. I really hate to see these young college students getting into problems with the use of credit cards at such a young age. This article goes on to talk about how some college students may have a mindset where they believe they will be able to pay off this credit card debt once they graduate and get a good paying job. Some people may be able to do this just fine. However, when you graduate from college, you often have a lot of expenses once you start a new job. You often need to buy professional clothes. In some cases, you need to rent your own apartment. You need to be able to get utilities turned on. You may need to furnish that apartment. There are a lot of costs that someone needs when they are just starting out after graduating with a new degree. I personally think this is the wrong mindset to have. I think college students should live within their means, not use credit cards, instead try to operate with cash, at least until they graduate and have a source of income. Keep in mind, not all college students are going to find employment immediately after they graduate and get their diploma. It may take some people 6 months or a year before they find a job in their respective field. Some people may have to work part-time. Some people may have to work some jobs that are completely unrelated to their major that don't pay so well. Some people may not have a stream of income coming in that will allow them to pay off the credit card debt that they racked up while they were in college. I think college students need to be very careful if they are thinking about opening a credit card while they are in college. If college students have the ability to pay off that credit card at the end of each billing cycle, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But some students can get in a situation where the credit card debt gets out of hand. This is a terrible situation for a young person to be in when they have little to no income coming in. What do you think about all this? Are you surprised by the number of college students that are dealing with credit card debt? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Please keep in mind, nothing in this video is financial advice. If you need financial advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. I'd like to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I also want to thank all of my channel members. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.